Today, Jeff Johns gives us an exclusive look at new DC Universe Online content in Green Lantern #1.
Plus previews of Dota 2 and Mass Effect 3, as well as a new cheat for ENunn. X-Play starts right now.
Hello and welcome to X-Play, the show that doesn't test on animals anymore. I'm Adam Sessler.
And I'm Morgan Webb. Using employees turns out much cheaper.
And more legal.
Yeah.
Coming up, we'll have the latest on the game that makes me wish 2011 would just end already, Mass Effect 3. Then we'll take you inside Valve's $1 million Dota 2 tournament. Yes, $1 million was up for grabs, and the game's not even out yet.
Plus, Kristen Adams helps you bend the law in a cheat for ENunn. You'd have no problem cracking the game's most difficult case. And later, we're going to review Street Fighter 3 Third Strike Online Edition. This enhanced remake will only cost you $15.
But first, it's time to talk comic books.
Jeff Johns is a busy guy. He doesn't just write comics for DC, he's also responsible for all of the writing in DC Universe Online.
Blair Herter, the excitable fanboy that he is,
Yeah.
got some FaceTime with Jeff to talk about the game's new downloadable content and got an exclusive look at Green Lantern #1.
I am here with Jeff Johns, way smarter than me, and in charge of so much at DC. So Jeff, you were doing something really huge for us today.
Yeah.
Green Lantern's a couple weeks out, but you were bringing, for the first time ever, you're showing exclusive pages from Green Lantern 1.
I'm psyched to show him here.
That's
Psyched
amazing.
To show him here. Yeah, and Sinestro is Green Lantern. No one's seen this stuff. No one's seen the scene. No one sees why. These pages really kind of give you the foundation of what the series is going to be, because we've got the Guardians interacting with Sinestro and saying, here's what we think this means, and Sinestro saying, here's what I think it means, F you guys, and taking off. So it really is a scene that'll help set the stage for the whole book.
Now, I apologize in advance for the adult language, but what the is Sinestro doing as a Green Lantern?
I know, that's what everyone's saying, by the way. Green Lantern #1 is really Sinestro with this green ring on and the Guardians around him saying, why did it choose you? And Sinestro going, I don't know, it's broke, take it off me, I don't want it. And the Guardian's talking to him, maybe this is a sign, maybe it's a sign that you have a chance at redemption. And Sinestro says, I don't need redemption.
You're the writer on this, obviously, and this is the universe, and this is a decision that you've made. But the art on this, people haven't seen Sinestro as a Green Lantern in quite some time.
Well, Doug Mankey, who is drawing the book, illustrating the book, awesome artist. I've worked with him for quite a while, and he loves Sinestro too. He understands his body language. So Sinestro being a Green Lantern, it's a bit uncomfortable, but he's never going to let anyone know that.
Right.
So he still stands a little taller than you, because he's trying to figure out what the hell he's going to do now. It's really fun to see him in the lead of the book.
And let's talk about your other big writing project. Obviously, it's been running behind us this entire conversation. DC Universe Online, you've got this amazing expansion coming out. Again, kind of catered to your particular nerd proclivities, if you will, with the new Green Lantern expansion.
Yeah.
And tell me a little bit about that.
They're building Coast City. They're building, but a very different Coast City, which I think is really fun when you see it. And all these stories that are based around the Green Lantern Corps, and you get to join the Corps, which is something I always wanted to see when this first came out, is being able to, I think, become a member of a Corps and see what that's like and interact with the other Corps members and do those adventures. So I'm really, really excited about it.
Okay.
But it's cool to see like Red Lanterns and Sinestro and the Green Lanterns, and there's a whole storyline behind what's happening, like why you're recruited into a Corps, choosing your Corps, and going off and having an adventure.
Well, Jeff, thank you so much for being
Sure,
here,
man.
Really appreciate
Pleasure.
it. When can we see the books in stores?
Justice League #1 is out today. First time Batman meets Green Lantern.
Always
and
fun.
all that goes with that. And Green Lantern #1 with Sinestro is 2 weeks from today, September 14th.
Very cool. So again, in stores today or digitally downloadable today as well, which is a big step for you guys.
Big step.
Thank you again for being here.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
BioWare is about to wrap up one of this generation's biggest trilogies early next year. Mass Effect 3 adds more characters, more space drama, and plenty of new renegade behavior. Alex Simwise has all the details.
I'm here with Mike, who's the associate producer of Mass Effect 3.
Let's go.
So tell me, what's new in the world of Commander Shepard?
Mass Effect 3 is the main event. The Reapers have arrived, and Commander Shepard must do whatever he can to rally the galaxy against them. It represents kind of a culmination of RPG systems, fluid combat, and a great conclusion with the story.
I got him.
the story of Mass Effect is what brings everyone back every time. So is there going to be some pretty big...
Yes, the Reapers are here, and all the decisions in the galaxy are here to be made. It's a great place for new players to jump in as well, because it is both the beginning and the end of the Reaper Warp. So the Reapers that we've been alluding to in the last couple games, now you actually get to fight them. So new players jump right in. Players who are familiar with Mass Effect 1 and 2, all the story choices that have been made previously get put into Mass Effect 3, and the outcomes are for you to choose.
We have contact.
Is there any sort of new additions to the game that we can talk about?
Yeah, you've definitely deepened the RPG experience a lot. Now Shepard is a lot more customizable, so you can customize his weapons, his armor's better than ever.
Switch weapons.
Powers, you can basically customize as much as you want. In terms of classes, no two Shepards are basically the same, so it's basically yours to control.
Firing now. Nice.
I'm not going to lie, I do fancy Commander Shepard a little bit. Like, he is quite hot. When you made the game, did you base him on anyone? Because he looks a bit like Bruce Willis with a few other action stars thrown in.
I mean, Commander Shepard is a combination of a number of different folks within pop culture and things like that.
Okay.
In terms of appearance, yes, he's based on someone, but we can't reveal who.
I'll see you up top.
Is there like maybe a Mass Effect 4 in the works, or?
Well, this is the conclusion of Commander Shepard's story. We know that the fans are really, really passionate about the Mass Effect universe, and there's a lot of stories that we could possibly tell. But for this, we're basically focusing in on ending Commander Shepard's story here.
What's your personal favourite part of the game?
My personal favorite part of the game is the ending.
Don't say that. Like, it's going to take us ages to get there. So.
Yep, yeah, I know, but it's worth it.
I think they're mistaken. The hot Shepard is a lady, otherwise known as Femme Shep.
And also, when I make my own male character, all Femme Sheps will actually be hotter than that. Do you know that 25% of the players out there play with Femme Shep?
I'm actually a little bit surprised about that because I feel like I'm pretty much the only one who I ever talked to, but sure, I'm really happy to hear
Yeah, the other 25 live far, far away in a different, more enlightened place. With that, let's send it over to Femme Blair.
Thank you, sweetheart. Tease time, kids. Coming up on X-Play, we're going to take you inside the $1 million tournament for Valve's Dota 2. Plus, Kristen Adams has a cheat for one of LA Noire's trickiest cases, and the MMO Report's Casey Schreiner inspires us to count down the top 5 beards in games, because his beard is hot. And later, we're going to review Street Fighter 3 Third Strike Online Edition. That is a mouthful, but I said it, because I'm a host. We'll be right back.
If you want to hear what I really think about games while sending a video dome signal to your brain, check out Sessler's Soapbox. New episodes go up every Tuesday at g4tv.com/soapbox.
Reviews and previews. Gamers say g4tv.com delivers the best gaming news and event coverage. g4tv.com, the most trusted video game website. Yeah, really.
And now it's time for Overheard in the X-Play Cubicles.
I saw Water for Elephants over the weekend.
Isn't it fun having a girlfriend?
Yep.
And this has been Overheard in the X-Play Cubicles.
If you want to reveal your company's new video game to the world, you can do the boring thing like put it on a magazine cover or debut it during some executive's keynote at a convention, or you can take a different route like Valve and put on a $1 million tournament for the world to see. The company did just that for Dota 2, and Alex Simwise has all the details.
Often I am asked, what does a hero truly need?
I'm here with Eric Johnson, one of the developers on Dota 2. Now, there's a lot of noise going on here. What is all this? Explain.
So this is the International. We took 16 of the top Dota teams together, brought them here to Gamescom, and they're competing for the first prize of $1 million in our Dota 2 tournament. This is the kind of top 100. This is the cream of the crop.
Radiant's Ancient is under attack.
What is Dota for the uninitiated?
We think of like an action RTS is kind of how we describe it. A lot of strategy, and it rewards the team with the best kind of decision making over the course of a match. Dota's a very deep game. There's a huge amount of strategy. There's 105 different heroes that you can play as, so it can be a little intimidating for a new player. We all were fans of Dota before we even started working on it, so now we get to come into work and play Dota 2 every day and kind of work with that community and get the game out there. We're really excited.
Come closer and I will unlock your inner cunning.
It's everything new, basically.
And what we're focusing on a lot is making it so that you and your friends can play Dota 2 together and have a good match, have people of like skill. And then we're adding a lot of features to help the community interact with each other, like being able to coach a new player or be able to be rewarded for writing a really good guide. We think that those things will reward the people that spend so much time outside of the game helping others. If new players are mainly playing with other new players and then have all these other facilities like coaching that they can use, that they'll kind of get hooked on it and want to become better.
What's in the future for you guys? Are you going to keep building on this? Is it going to be like patches, updates and stuff?
Yeah, when we ship Dota to people for the first time, that's just the start. Dota's history is all about continual updates and more content. Dota 2 is going to pick up right where that left off.
And when can we expect to see this game?
We're hoping for the end of this year. We're going to start a beta coming right out of Gamescom, and that's going to kind of help us figure out how much more work we have to do.
Thank you very much, Eric.
Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you, Alex. Now, LA Noire is a nightmare for perfectionists. If you choose the wrong line of questioning during an interrogation, you hear a very specific sound. That's right, frownsies. And when you hear that, you know what it means. It means you made the wrong choice, and now you have to do the entire case all over again if you want that 5-star rating. Or you could just listen to Kristen Adams and cheat your way through it.
One of the trickiest cases to solve in LA Noire is the white shoe slaying. There's a ton of clues and plenty of people to interrogate, but if you don't tackle this investigation in a very specific way, you might miss out on the elusive 5-star rating. Good thing Detective Adams is your backup. The LA Noire case you're about to see is a 5-star walkthrough. Only the names have been changed to protect the innocent. This is the city, Los Angeles, California. I work here. I do cheats. Amateur LA Noire detectives might have solved the white shoe slaying case on their own. But to do it right, the 5-star way, this is the way. The only way. Oh, Teresa, you poor soul. Only wanted to have a good time. Now those good times are over. Evidence gathered at the crime scene will eventually lead back to her husband, Lars.
Tell me what's happened.
Is he suspicious? Cole thinks so.
Spill it, Terrellson. We like the look of you for this, so you better give us something.
Following up on his leads, Cole uncovers Teresa liked to dance, to drink, and hang with unsavory types. Who doesn't these days?
Tell us what we want to know.
Cole then calls the station from this odd phone relic for the location of the elusive taxicab Teresa took, which holds big answers. Now, this is important. This is key to getting 5 stars. What's imperative is that Cole drives the car himself. Do not let his partner drive. Everything rides on this one moment. Cole will only get one shot to find the cab as quickly as possible. The longer it takes, the truth gets further away, and those 5 stars will disappear faster than the Black Dahlia's true murderer.
We're investigating a murder.
What's that got to do with me?
Once Cole quickly gets the info from the cabbie, it's back to the station for a sailor interrogation, which meant something different in those days.
I don't want any trouble, that's why I'm here.
Lots of doubt with Sailor Boy.
So you tried to make a woman who was incredibly drunk?
Look, I'm not proud of myself, but I never hurt her.
However, Cole's detecting skills brings him to the hobo camp, and hobo fights, leading to the apprehension of Ackerman, the hobo, a bum full of lies.
I despise your pity. You have nothing that links me to this woman.
And now, behind bars. Good work, Cole. You solved the case in a 5-star way.
You two are fast becoming my finest crusaders.
Case closed. For more LA Noire cheats and all the latest tips and tricks, just head to g4tv.com/cheat. Right now, I'm going to send it back over to Morgan.
Thank you, Kristen. All right, coming up after the break, we're going to tell you if you need to buy the revamped Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, plus double the facial hair. Casey Schreiner delivers an all-new MMO report, and then we'll count down the top 5 beards in games in today's X List. We'll be right back.
Buy the ticket.
Take the ride.
Punch it, Chewie.
This Tuesday, X-Play kicks off its all-access coverage of PAX. Once again, we'll take you to the floor of the Penny Arcade Expo in Seattle. Day 1 features a review of Resistance 3, cosplay pro tips with Kristen Adams, and a look at the indie games in the PAX 10. And that's only the beginning. X-Play all-access PAX starts Tuesday night at 6:30, only on G4.
Welcome back. Now, X-Play's wardrobe budget, it's not really a budget. I mean, we go to stores, we stuff clothes into our pants, and we run away real fast. Casey Schreiner, on the other hand, he's got a fancy wardrobe with suits. That's why he's the bastard of the office. Here he is with this week's edition of the MMO Report.
Thanks, Blair. BioWare has released a new trailer for Star Wars The Old Republic detailing a rather interesting new game mode, Huttball. Probably the closest thing we'll ever get to an in-game sport, Huttball is a neutral PvP zone that will pit players against each other in a battle for, well, points. One ball will be dropped in the middle of the arena, and each team has to run the ball to the other team's end zone. It's kind of like football, but with lightsabers and force powers. Hey, whatever, at least it's not pod racing. Turbine just announced release dates and content info for the next expansions for both D&D Online and Lord of the Rings Online. Secret of the Artificers will come to DDO on September 12th, bringing the new Artificer class, new crafting levels, 2 new high-level raids, and 3 new dungeons. Rise of Isengard will release for Lord of the Rings Online on September 27th with 3 new regions for players to explore, a new level cap of 75, and a new 24-player raid against Dragok, one of the most powerful creatures in Middle-earth. Is that the monster that killed John Rhys Davies' career? ArenaNet decided to do away with the concept of in-game recipes in favor of a much bolder crafting system for their upcoming MMO, Guild Wars 2. Instead of discovering recipes in the game, players can experiment with different elements, allowing them to discover their own combinations. Characters will also have an experience bar for their trade skill, rewarding you with XP each time you complete a recipe, and saving your progress in case you decide to switch professions. First person to make me a German chocolate cake in-game gets a free virtual high five. For even more news from the world of MMOs and a brand new full episode of the MMO Report every Thursday afternoon, go to g4tv.com/MMO. But because they're about to shiv each other over the last fifth of whiskey in the green room, let's go back to Adam and Blair in the X-Play studios.
You know, Casey's beard is like a forest where my dreams live.
Honestly, I think I could get lost in it for hours. It's hypnotizing and warming and inviting.
I mean, it's like looking directly into the sun, but your eyes don't hurt.
No, you feel like it's a hug.
Listen, if we keep talking about Casey's beard any longer, I'm gonna have to get that podium that I had with the announcer thing and put it in front of my
Look here, guys.
No, it's happening.
Then let's turn our attention to the top 5 beers and games in today's X list.
Coming in at number 5 is Zangief from the Street Fighter series. Did you know in Russia the beards actually grow you? That doesn't make any sense.
Our number 4 pick is Vitorius Mendez from Resident Evil 4. He likes to choke people. Who doesn't?
Exactly, prostitutes. Number 3 is Barba, the 6th Colossus from Shadow of the Colossus. Sadly, his beard is actually his downfall. All you need to do is climb up it to kill him.
Coming in at number 2 is Ares from God of War. His beard must be hard to groom considering it's made out of freaking fire.
That's true.
You know, it hot, burn you.
Yeah, I don't want to touch that thing. But the number 1 beard in gaming belongs to the king of all cosmos. I mean, look at that thing. You could hide a planet in there.
Yeah, it's like a podium for you.
Street Fighter 3 Third Strike was not a huge hit for Capcom, but on the flip side, many hardcore fighting game fans consider it to be the best game in the series. Well, now you can judge for yourself and check out the reasonably priced remake. It comes with online play and a ton of extra features. Here's our review.
Into the heat of battle, go for it.
Let's just say it, fight fans. Street Fighter 3 Third Strike could quite possibly be the best Street Fighter game ever released. It's faster. It's a challenge. The opponents are tougher. It's what a street fight should be. Nothing easy. Street Fighter is fighting, not dancing. This isn't fame, it's Street Fighter. Exactly. This online edition is a perfect port of the arcade game that came out way back in 1999. A game not many people probably played. This port is perfect. Nothing changed. To change this little slice of perfection would be a big mistake. Huge. and the code remains untouched. The GGPO netcode is used for online action. That's a good thing. Who needs lag time when it's ass-kicking time? The main game has not been messed with. The gameplay remains the same. Highly technical. That's due to the parry system. Not easy to master, especially for casual players. But hardcore fans of the series, and they are hardcore, do consider Street Fighter 3 the best of this series because of this difficulty. Once online, there's ranked play, matches, tournaments, and fight replays to enjoy. Everything a true Street Fighter should need. Fightin' fans should already have this game, but with this online edition, there's no excuse. No excuse at all. Street Fighter 3 Third Strike Online Edition gets our highest mark with a 5 out of 5.
Next week on X-Play, we're heading to the Penny Arcade Expo in Seattle. We've got week-long coverage straight from the floor and a look at the first ever Halo Fest. Plus, we'll have reviews of Resistance 3 and the Eco and Shadow of the Colossus collection.
We're going to have an extra show for PAX, because PAX is special and it gets extra stuff, so you better watch it, because it hurt.
It hurt. Exactly.
So, also, you're getting to play the Resistance 3. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sitting at home, just like lonely, with only a little bit of hope. But
I'm just shooting people through rocks, whatever. Dogger.
I guess the other
using
thing
my
is,
secondary fire, like it's going out of style. Whatever, it's cool.
It's not like it's just Resistance, like the games are coming.
Yep.